Hi Aries, welcome to your reading with Starkidignited. This reading will resonate for Aries Sun, Moon and Rising, or Ascendant Sign, which is Rising Sign. If you guys don't know your Sun, your Moon and your Rising, you can get a free astrology chart on Google very easily. Otherwise, you can get a free reading, you can get a personal reading with me. Just message me on the email link down below, or you can follow me on my social media and get in touch that way. All right, Aries, so a card has just popped out for your current energy, but I do meditate on the energy before I start this reading. I'll just let you know what I was picking up. Now, this might not resonate for everyone. I always ask for like the highest and best messages to come through for whoever needs it the most, so that we can integrate things that we need to integrate and become our highest consciousness selves. So the energy that I was getting was an in your head energy. You're feeling a bit down and sad about a past relationship. I got the feeling that you know what went wrong, like why things didn't work, but you're hung up on the feelings of the past person. So, maybe worrying about them, maybe feeling, dealing with some of the feelings of what you guys did to each other, or like, the pains that were caused in relationships. And there is a real need for you, especially, or the reader, the watcher of this reading, to reflect on your actions and how your actions affect others. So I got a kind of feeling of like, Spirit's wanting you to take some time out by yourself and get more into your feminine energy, because I did get that you're working a lot and really busy, and you need to be in a feminine energy of just slowing down and receiving to be able to process emotions. And like, it doesn't always mean talking to the person, but sometimes just honestly feeling and acknowledging how you made them feel and not like fighting it can be the quickest way to release it. And then Spirit can kind of give you the higher message of why this happened, and you can learn like, okay, like I did that. Maybe I thought it came from this place, but it was actually coming from this deeper place, and I can put some love and tenderness there so that in the next relationship I show up to, I'm not reacting out of that same place again. And there's a big message of controlling others instead of controlling yourself. So the only time that we will try to control someone else is when we ourselves feel out of control. Because when we focus and devote all our time to controlling our own actions, our own thoughts, our own words, how we show up, all these things, then it really helps us to release the need to control anyone else, because you're so focused and all your energy is focused on yourself and where you're going and what you're needing to do. So please do, reflect on that. Just, I got that as a very strong final message that, we only control others when we feel out of control. I can recommend a course that's really good for this, Sadhguru's Inner Engineering. I did that course at the start of last year and it was wonderful. It essentially starts out with, just saying that like, when you try and engineer the outside world, try and create and control everything to your liking, then you just feel like out of control, no energy, burn out. But when you take all that energy and you put it inside and you start using your forces to control what you can control, like creating a happy, healthy, and joyful life, doing things that are good for your body even when it's hard or uncomfortable, like all those kind of things, they would all help. So I'll leave it there, but that might be something that you want to look into as well. So for your current energy, we have the 10 of Wands. So that's just like, especially in this deck, it just looks like total defeat. He's just like in a desert, weighed down by all these wands, all these like burdens, really, like these past passions that have now become burdens. What is challenging the Aries collective at this time, Spirit? Please connect me to Aries higher self and their guides and let me know what is the most important challenge. So we have the Star card. And the Star card is Aquarius energy, so it's interesting. We're in Aquarius season, and that's your challenge. So it looks like you're being really challenged to actually co-create with the universe and go after your own hopes and dreams. And so that might mean as well, like dropping a past burden or something that is not meant to come with you. When we see a 10, especially the 10 of Wands, it's like you've been holding it too long. Just drop it off. there's something new that wants to come in. Like, you can't possibly go on carrying around all those like 10 wands on your back. You need to find that lightness again and pick up a new, like, find a new passion, something that you can just drop everything for and that you're focused on again. And there's a lot of universal support for you at this time. Like, the stars are major arcana, so this is a big point in your life, but it does feel like it's slightly being challenged at this time. So what was the past energy that's led Aries up to this? Three of Swords. So that was that past relationship feeling I was getting. Yeah, so like you could also like see this as like, yeah, the ending of a past relationship where it's just like now feeling so burdened by life and everything that you're having to do, and Spirit's trying to come in and give you this like new hope for something different. But it looks like the pain in your heart is still holding you back. Now, remember that with the Three of Swords, now it often depicts like a heart with 3 swords in it. Here we have, you know, someone sitting by themselves among all this chaos. The swords are rusted and old, and they're representative of old beliefs that we need to leave behind. Like, they are the swords are thoughts or ideas or beliefs, as I said. And that's the kind of energy that we with a sword, we put that in our own heart. Like, we might have gotten heartbroken from a relationship, but the only person that has the power to hurt you is you. Now, obviously, like, people can physically hurt you, and that's a different story. But what I mean is, like, oftentimes there is a belief we've created in our heads that is the reason we are allowing ourselves to be in certain situations, or allowing our power to be taken away, or someone to, you know, like, tell us, or even the opposite, where, like, beliefs that, like, no, I have to be like this, I need to control and do these things to be loved, and that's the only way I can be loved. And then it just creates, that could be from the other side, where it's creating too much aggression and trying to control. So either way it happens, the medicine of this card is that we need to take those swords out. We need to figure out what those 3 beliefs are. Like, what are those beliefs that led to this? How did I, like, my higher self knows the best way for me. So where has my ego gone wrong? Where has my, like, thinking mind told me that, like, no, well, I'm always going to get this, or it always has to be like this, and it's led me to act out of my higher self. And now I'm needing to you know, figure out what that is. And once you remove those swords, it does require, as we said earlier, that feminine energy, because, like, you can't just pull a sword out and then, like, everything's fine and dandy. Like, there is a wound there, so you need to tend to the wound and give it love. Figure out why that thing hurt so much that you put a sword in there instead of, you know, loving yourself, like figuring out what it was. Like, it can come from anything, like abandonment, childhood issues, like one of mine was like feeling like you need to achieve, or, you know, like, you only get love through doing something, and, like, that can lead to obviously very toxic relationships until you fix it. So, like, whatever it is for you, just, yeah, make sure you're giving yourself the time to do that work, because when the star's coming in as a challenge, that's a beautiful thing, but it does look tricky. So let's see, what is the upcoming energy? We have 3 of Cups. So, like, that's your next step, is, like, needing to really open yourself up emotionally to some people around you. And, like, the joy of the universe, like gold, will come rushing in. It will feel like, I actually had to heal one of my crystals earlier. If you do want me to do that, I can provide that for a small fee as well. But that was one of the things that I just felt I needed to say, and I'm pretty sure it's part of some kind of Japanese tradition, ancient tradition or something, where, like, a bowl cracks and they will fill it with gold to replace it, because now it's more beautiful with the cracks in it. And that was, like, the energy I was putting into my crystal, because it needed it. But that is the kind of energy that when you open yourself up and share and be vulnerable and just, like, allow yourself to not maybe be in your masculine energy and justify things. Just be like, oh, I felt this and I did this and I wish I hadn't, but I did, and now I'm thinking and feeling this, like whatever it may be. That can be so healing, and it can be incredibly healing for anyone hearing you say that as well, because seeing someone just like unburden themselves in front of you is a very beautiful thing, and people rarely do that in front of anyone these days. Okay, what is Aries conscious of right now? What are they working towards? What is their goal in all of this? What have they been trying to achieve? Spirit, what is Aries' conscious drive? What is Aries' conscious drive? Okay, we're getting 3. I'll take it. Okay, so we have like I feel like you feel strong in your spiritual power. It may not even be spiritual power. Sometimes it can be in what is that word? Not routines, but traditions. So like you might be very conscious that like, no, like I'm doing the right thing, feeling very righteous. We have an energy where it looks very like I will fight at all costs. Like I don't care what I have to do to win. And then we also see a very loving, like happiness card. So it's interesting because it's like you do want that end happiness and that relationship and that family and that feeling of like comfort and at homeness, but it does look as well like the conscious energy is very closed off and combative, I would say. Yes, okay. Let's see what the subconscious drive is. Spirit, what is the subconscious drive of Aries? What may they not be aware of, but is... Okay. So it looks like, okay. There's a scarcity mindset going on here, a mentality of lack. So something where it feels like, you know, like there's not enough time, I have to do this now. It's going to get away from me. I'm not going to be able to juggle everything. I'm going to drop the ball. Like that is the kind of energy that's driving this conscious energy. Like, and I can see why you need the feminine energy then. When you're so stuck in the masculine that it's like fight, war, like I need to keep pushing and like I've got to keep going. It's the only way that I'm worthy. It's the only way that I can get what I need kind of thing. You cannot bring that energy to love. Like love is patient, love is kind, like all those kind of like things. You should watch a love movie. That might actually help. Or a kid's movie, or like something that will just like get you in your feels unexpectedly and help you get into that feeling rather than that like panic about the panic about not having enough, feeling like there's something missing, or like you've only got like 2 sticks to rub to get, like, you know what I mean? It's like this very like I don't have a lot energy and that's why I need to be so strong and that's why I'm Yeah, so there's been like a real big struggle with a new beginning, and it's leading to a complete ego death or transformation. Like something was offered that you might have rejected or that you were being challenged by in the physical. Some kind of like new beginning. It could have been a new job, a new relationship, a new move. Yes, a new way to make money, something like that. But it was potentially like, it looks like refused because of this like scarcity mindset. And I can see now why the star is the challenge, because like your guides are trying to give you a new hope, something that's like really going to light yourself up. But right now you're in a very like worried about the 3D mindset. You might need to balance your base chakra. And even get an energetic healing or something that's going to help you shift out of this energy, because the death card is a major arcana. Like, it's not something that we can avoid, and it doesn't mean you're going to die or anything, but it generally means a construction of yourself that you've made may be falling away. It may be needing to transform. It's like the caterpillar to the butterfly. Yeah, I said that to a friend recently. Like, can you imagine being a caterpillar and then like turning into like a lump of goo for like a week? And like as a human, you would freak out. You would be like, what the hell is happening? I'm dying. I'm cursed. And then like a week later, you become a butterfly and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have worried. This was awesome. So like, if there is a death process happening, do not fear it. Try to open yourself up to what is being offered, because whenever these kind of things happen, the more we trust into them, the easier it gets. It is definitely hard, and like, you know, the cycle becomes a little easier every time you do it. But like, whenever you're invited to do something new, even if we don't take it, we can see that Spirit's like, okay, no worries. Well, we have to go this way now because this can't keep going on. We have to help you out. So just be open to whatever needs to fall away. All right, so let's see. What is your advice from your higher self? What is Aries? Yes. I thought that was going to come out. Okay, is there any other advice? Oh, okay, cool. So, take the passionate new thing that you're being offered. It could be something to do with work with your hands, just because pink energy is the pink chakras of the hands and feet. It could be anything that you're passionate about. It doesn't have to be work even. It can just be something that lights your soul on fire. You will know what that is, I'm guessing, just because it's coming out from your higher self. Your higher self's like, hey, I've been offering you this thing, like, come on, grab the torch, let's go. And then your other, yeah, cool. And your other higher self advice card, which I see is like almost your higher self communicating down with you, is like, make these plans. Start like weaving this world exactly how you want it, like in a loving energy, knowing that there is abundance all around you. Now that you know that this scarcity mindset is holding your subconscious back and it's wanting to be released, spend the time to do that, because it will mean that your manifestations come in faster. You'll feel less scared as you go forth. And you'll also be able to hear your advice a lot more clearly without kind of having that negative voice get in the way and try and lead you astray. Okay, what are the outside influences for Aries that are currently... Prince of Swords. Okay, so we have the Prince of Swords. So it feels like there's a lot of like chaos and destruction around you. It might feel like that. It might feel like you've really been martyred for your beliefs, or yeah, it just feels like yeah, a very I think the world, because this is a card for something that's out of your control. You could be feeling like this, and it's just an energy that's in the collective right now. I think there are a lot of people out there feeling like they have no future. What's the point? Like, you know, like all these bad things are going to happen. And like, I understand the feeling from that, because there is a lot of negative things out there that are trying to essentially like re-script your brain to always think about that stuff, and all that does is quicken the pace that it comes, and you look for it more. Like, whatever you give your focus to multiplies, which means that like, if I'm having a great day and I'm like, oh my god, I love flowery dresses, they're so happy and I love them, and like I got shopping and I'm like, every flowery dress I see, I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. And like, maybe my friend liked some pants and she was like, oh, did you see those pants that person was wearing? They were amazing. I'm like, no, I was looking for flowery dresses. Like, it's like whatever you are focused on, your brain and your subconscious are naturally going to try and find for you. We love to like find patterns and like, yeah, like attract things. So it can happen with negative too. If you're like, oh my god, I hate people who do this, they're so annoying and they're just everywhere, and then like you're kind of tuned in to looking for them, finding them, and then getting more upset. So try to, yeah, as much as you can, work with your beliefs and your mindset. Do not let the energies of other people affect you. Yeah, I did mention inner engineering earlier, so maybe look into something like that, because, or even Sadhguru's work, there are magical people out there making a difference. They might not be jumping up and down really loudly about it, like you might need to go looking for them to find them, but there are people who are trying to, you know, charge ahead with a new beautiful way of thinking and doing for this world and looking after it, but it's just not, you know, like, a bad story sells a lot better than a good story. All right, so keep that in mind. What am I doing? Okay. All right, so Spirit, can we please see Aries' deepest hopes and fears in this situation? What is going on? And guys, if this is resonating, please consider tipping me or donating to me or booking a personal reading. Otherwise, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what was resonating or if any parts of this you found helpful. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so it looks like your hopes and fears are I think, like, not knowing which way to go in your mind. Getting to those points again and being like, I feel blind, I don't know what to do, and like kind of needing to choose a path, needing to choose a sword, and really not, maybe the fear is not trusting yourself to make the right decision. Because we can see here, like, she's got 2 swords and 2 paths she's choosing between, and one has like a snake and one has a pearl. But I think as well, like, the hope is that, like, I'm noticing all this gold, and like the hope is that, like, you will always be divinely, like, that you will always have the intuition, the intelligence, the power, the foresight to be able to go into those situations and make the right decision, be divinely guided, once you cool down your head and allow your higher self to come in, that you'll never be in these kind of situations again, because you will always be able to sense out clearly which way to go. Okay, and let's see the outcome. So what is Aries' final outcome if they take the advice of this reading? Okay. So we have 10 of Swords. So the outcome is not only getting to unburden yourself with all these wands, so all these old passions and things, but that's leading to an unburdening of all those old beliefs. That, like, the 10 is, as I said, it's a closing of the cycle. It's ended. The next thing gets to come in. And once we can accept the death of this old self and these old beliefs, and we stop holding on, then the new self gets to be reborn. Alrighty. So Aries, that is the tarot portion of your reading. Now I will be offering extended readings and love readings on my OnlyFans, Starkidignited. It is a spiritual community, no nudity. But yeah, it's just one of the platforms I've decided to use to share my community with you guys and make somewhere where we can interact. So if you've enjoyed it, please find me there. Now I will get some relationship cards. So we're going to look at how the other person, like what energy you bring to the other person, Aries, and what like how you're feeling about them. So like one card for the energy or how they feel about you. So focus on your person or whoever you would like to get a message from now, please. Thank you. All right, Spirit, can we please get one card for how Aries person feels about them? Okay. So signs you could be dealing with, we have strong Pisces and Libra energy, and then also Gemini and Sagittarius. So how they feel about you. You make each other feel at ease. So I think they feel, and this can be past or present, depending, you know, you guys apply it and use your discernment and your intuition to apply it to your life. You made them lose track of time, and you made life and love feel liberating. They felt like you guys were effortlessly entertaining. You had cosmic adventures together, and you're charming each other and everyone around them. So let me just see. Astrologically, a lot of these signs, Sagittarius goes very well with Aries, but Libra is opposite to Aries, which means that you guys both want to achieve similar things, but you have opposite ways of going about it. And this Pisces energy as well, I feel like there was a strong spiritual connection. But again, you guys might not have seen eye to eye on that either. Or there could have been a lot of conversations around that actually, and a lot of sharing beliefs and things like that. Okay, and how do you feel about them? Oh, no, that's too many. Sorry, one more time. So, how does Aries feel about this past person or current person? Apply it to them. Okay. All right, let me see. You feel like they brought a lot of discipline to your life. You might have felt like they took up a lot of space, or that their energy was very big. We have a Leo energy here, so it's like you may have felt like they encouraged you and they brought the sun to you. There's a real warmness and a real camaraderie and like sweet love that I'm feeling from this. And then with the Saturn card, you may have felt like they could call you on your bullshit, or because Saturn has clear foresight, it knows what's going on. They might have really enhanced the lessons that you were going through, so really tried to make you get serious and be responsible about things. And that may have also been why there was a need to control them, if you were feeling controlled or feeling like, you know, when someone represents a big energy that's quite responsible and disciplined and like calls you on your shit, sometimes it can make us feel a bit like, oh fuck, and then like I need to give that back to them then. So I'm picking up on a bit of that as well. So we will leave it there for now for that portion. Now, Spirit, what card would Aries like as a oracle card? Okay, so we have Whispers of the Ocean for you. And you get a love card. Okay, so I generally only use these for the extended readings, but because I haven't done them for this month, I will pull you some cards from that too. All right. Ooh. And guys, if it's resonating, please do like down below. So can we get, Spirit, one card? What oracle card does Aries' higher self have for them as advice for right now? What is the most easeful way for them to navigate this situation for their greatest benefit and the greatest benefit of all? we get change direction with ease. This is a time for change. Shape-shifting or your soul's evolution. It is time to reconsider what you're wanting. You may be in for a surprise. So we did get that as well. Your higher self is trying to offer you something new and trying to get you to make plans for this and to get you feeling really inspired. Let me read this one from the book for you because it's your oracle card. And number 5. So 5 is a challenge, but also a challenge coming to an end if you want it to come to an end. So life can quickly change direction. Remember to remain flexible, as this will enable you to move gracefully through change. This card indicates transformation around a pivotal point in your life, when new options become possible and move into your awareness. Change is not only likely to happen, it is certain to happen and in next to no time. Your transformation will be personal and may require you to step onto a new and unfamiliar path. We definitely got that with the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. Like, that's both the male energies needing to close their cycle and start anew, start fresh. Yep, you may need to alter your present course and move things in an unfamiliar direction or turn things around to ensure you are creating the right outcomes in your life. This phase calls for perseverance and faith. Be open to and willing to seek out new possibilities. Butterfly fish are a symbol for change, the soul, creativity, freedom, joy, and color. They quickly change their direction and always move gracefully through the water. Butterfly fish are messengers of the moment and come in a wide array of colors and with unique markings. They are comfortable in the shallow as well as deeper parts of the ocean. Butterfly fish reminds you not to take things too seriously and to get up and move. If you are waiting to begin a new process, you might need to put in a bit more effort to find what you are missing. That's beautiful. Okay, so we'll leave that there for you. And we will get, 2 final oracle cards. So one from the Lovers deck and one from Archangel Michael. Alrighty. So let's get some Aries energy. So Spirit, what message of love do you have for Aries from the angels? What do they most need to know in regards to love right now? Yeah, you guys are special. No one else got this. Don't tell them. Okay. Spirit, what message do you have for Aries in regards to love? What is their higher self trying to tell them about love at this time? Okay, so your first card is playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together and remember, love is the greatest healer. And we said that that was the next step to really try and open up a little bit to some people around you and be a bit more tender. Or if you're in a relationship, it could be with that person. But just remember to play, be gentle. And then your final card. Oh, I love this card. Okay, I'm going to read it. So, emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Oh, I don't know if I can show that on YouTube. Too late. So Aries, those are your messages for this next month. So this will cover the energy of the week, but the outcome can extend to the end of the month. It's all dependent on yourself, your own free will, and divine timing. If you would like to book a personal reading, find my details below. And if not, I will see you on the next one. Much love to you. Thanks, guys.